the unseen energy exchange, and the power dynamic. Hello, and welcome to a deep dive into the unspoken dynamics of power and attraction. Today, we confront a term that provokes strong reactions but holds a profound truth about masculine-feminine energy. The rise of female surrender and how it is catalyzed by the Semen Retention Aura. We are not discussing weakness or forced submission. We are discussing the primal, energetic impulse of the feminine to submit to authentic, unshakable masculine strength. In the modern world, both men and women often operate from a state of energetic depletion and anxiety. Men, lacking a core of vital energy, project neediness, and instability. Women, finding no dependable anchor, are forced into a masculine, striving energy to create their own stability. This creates conflict. The practice of semen retention offers the radical solution. It is the process of generating an internal energy core so dense, so calm, and so sovereign that it creates an aura of absolute, non-negotiable safety. This aura retention is the signal that the feminine instinct is designed to recognize and respond to. It invites, and often compels, the woman to relax, trust, and surrender her protective, striving energy to the man's profound stability. This surrender is an act of deep relief, recognition, and ultimate respect for the man's mastery over himself. The energetic code of sovereignty and safety, the core mechanism of the retention aura, is the transformation of energy from a scattered, low-frequency state to a dense, high-frequency state. Semen, or OAS, is the highest form of vital energy. When it is conserved, it is reabsorbed, directly nourishing the nervous system and endocrine glands. This conservation creates energetic sovereignty. The man becomes a self-contained power source. The aura of safety. The most crucial element women seek is safety. The depleted man's energy is volatile. It signals danger through anxiety, overeagerness, and emotional reactivity. The retention aura, however, is characterized by profound stillness and composure. This unwavering calm communicates to the feminine nervous system. I am secure within myself. I am not dependent on you. I am the anchor. This non-neediness is the highest form of safety. It allows the woman to drop the shield of needing to be in control. Her energetic surrender is an instinctual response to a man who projects the competence of self-mastery, eliminating the fear that he will emotionally collapse or fail when pressure mounts. Marcus and the surrender of the ambitious CEO. To illustrate the magnetic power of this aura, consider the story of Marcus, a successful but previously perpetually anxious consultant who committed to rigorous retention. Marcus started dating Eleanor, a high-powered CEO known for her sharp intellect and fiercely independent nature. Eleanor had a history of dating men she could easily dominate or outperform, leading her to feel constantly disappointed and emotionally exhausted. She rarely let her guard down. When Marcus met Eleanor, he was weeks into a deep retention streak. He was calm, deliberate, and entirely unhurried. In their conversations, Marcus didn't try to impress her with his credentials or compete with her achievements. He simply maintained his grounded presence and unshakable gaze. When Eleanor, used to challenging men, attempted to test his authority with pointed questions or dismissive tones, Marcus didn't react defensively. His conserved energy allowed him the internal space to observe, smile gently, and offer a measured, thoughtful response, utterly devoid of ego. Eleanor described this feeling. It was like trying to shake a mountain. His calmness was so absolute it was intimidating, but also incredibly relaxing. This non-reactivity was the catalyst for her surrender. She realized she couldn't break his composure, and for the first time, she felt safe enough to stop fighting. Her surrender was not weakness. It was a profound recognition of his energetic superiority, allowing her to trust him to handle the emotional and strategic weight, letting her feminine energy relax into its natural, receptive state. The code of nonverbal dominance. The gaze and posture. The retention aura manifests physically through nonverbal cues that enforce a state of dominance. Not through aggression, but through energetic gravity. The unshakable gaze. The retained energy ensures the mind is focused, resulting in sustained, penetrating eye contact. This gaze, free of anxiety, is perceived as absolute authority. It communicates, I see you entirely, and I am not afraid of what I see. This intense presence bypasses the intellect and speaks directly to her instincts, compelling her attention and trust. Sovereign posture. The conserved OAS strengthens the nervous system, translating into a physical posture of rooted calm. The chest is open, the shoulders are relaxed, and movements are deliberate, not jerky. This sovereign posture communicates that the man is taking up his space and is not burdened by fear or insecurity. This physical groundedness is a powerful signal of readiness and competence. The woman's surrender is a response to this nonverbal contract. I recognize the capability in your posture and trust your control. Damian and the surrender of the protective wall. Consider the transformation experienced by Damian, a man who, before retention, struggled with deep-seated neediness that drove away women he genuinely liked. Damian met Clara, who had built a strong, protective wall around herself due to past betrayals. She was constantly testing men, seeking weakness to justify pushing them away. Damian began his retention practice with the explicit goal of becoming separation. As his energy accumulated, his entire demeanor changed. He stopped pursuing Clara with anxious texts and instead directed his immense, conserved drive into launching his own creative project. When he interacted with Clara, his attention was generous but unattached. His calm presence diffused her attempts to provoke emotional reactions. One evening, Clara deliberately canceled a date at the last minute, waiting to see his reaction. Though before Damian would have pleaded or gotten angry, after Damian, fueled by his retention aura, simply replied, "I understand. I'm busy working on my project tonight anyway. Let me know when you're free next." He held his boundary and maintained his trajectory. Clara later confessed this was the turning point. She realized he didn't need her. He chose her, and his purpose was more important than her emotional manipulation. Her surrender began when she realized his power was internal and she could not break him. The walls she had built came down because the retention aura was the first energy she had encountered that was stronger than her need to be protected. Her surrender was the relief of finally being able to trust a man's energetic integrity. The true meaning of surrender. Energetic alignment. The rise of female surrender is ultimately about energetic alignment. The masculine principle seeks direction, control, and competence. The feminine principle seeks receptivity, flow, and safety. When the man is depleted, the feminine is forced into the masculine role of striving. When the man generates the retention aura, he fulfills his energetic role as the unshakable anchor. His self-mastery becomes her safety. This surrender is not about losing identity. It is about relaxing into one's natural essence. It is the feminine saying, "I trust your power. I trust your judgment. I trust your composure. I can finally be soft because you are strong." Semen retention provides the foundational energetic integrity that makes this trust possible. It is the commitment to cultivating a deep, quiet, magnetic power that naturally draws the feminine into alignment. By mastering your vital energy, you become the sovereign force that commands respect, trust, and ultimate surrender. Before we conclude, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and do not forget to drop your location in the comments. I'd love to know where you are watching from. And if you ever have any questions, join our Telegram channel, where we interact directly and help each other grow. The link is in the description.